Thanks all of you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here in this, let's hope, groundbreaking moment. Welcome to this signing event. We are pleased to announce now, under the framework of InvestEU, the signature of a guarantee agreement between the European Investment Fund, EIF, and CERSA, Compañía Española de Refinanciamiento, between EIF and the Archers. And also we are pleased to announce the approval of a guarantee agreement between EIF and Crea, and the approval of a commitment between EIF and Logical Content Ventures. So now, without further ado, please welcome Mrs. Renata Nicolai, Deputy Director in DG Connect.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to address you today at this solemn ceremony to announce these 4 agreements under the European Union's investment program to be signed between the European Investment Fund and financial partners from Spain, CERSA and Crea, from France, Logical Content, and from Luxembourg, the Archers, to the benefit of what is a strategic industry, our Europe's audiovisual and creative industries. I would like to thank the San Sebastián Film Festival for helping us to organize this event at this important place. We are discussing here at the San Sebastián Film Festival the transformational changes that we are experiencing in the sector, be it from the internationalization and globalization of the sector, be it from the market consolidation that we are observing, be it from the digitalization and the technological revolution in the sector. And of course, it's very well known that also the access to finance is an important concern and issue that the sector has to deal with. Traditionally, banks and other lending institutions perceived the film industry or the audiovisual sector as being high risk. Private investments remain relatively limited and hence restricting the opportunities to grow and to remain competitive in this more global sector. That's why we needed to react in Europe, and we have done so. Back in 2016, we deployed a new facility to facilitate access to loans to creative SMEs. This has mobilized several billions of investment into the cultural and creative industries, benefiting more than 6,000 companies. This type of support has continued after 2021 under InvestEU, the investment program of the EU. Let me congratulate Crea and CERSA and the Archers for their ambitious plans to foster lending and guarantees financing for audiovisual SMEs. That was an important first step, but we need to go beyond, because we also have to make a step to inject more momentum into getting more private investors, more risk capital in the market. And that's why you needed to focus on equity investment. A new initiative, Media Invest, launched by Commissioner Breton in Cannes last year, will help leverage private equity investment into the audiovisual sector. We envisage that over 400 million of equity financing will reach the market over the next years. Media Invest will support fund managers to invest in audiovisual companies, but also the financing of portfolios of films, series, and documentaries. It will help European companies to keep and to exploit the IP rights they create and in turn boost their growth potential. I am therefore very happy to announce today the first agreement under Media Invest with Logical Content Ventures, a French equity fund. This is a groundbreaking moment that we should celebrate because it is moving us to the next level of securing the sustainability and the competitivity of what is a strategic sector for the EU, an industrial sector and a cultural sector, the audiovisual sector in the EU. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now please welcome Mr. Vincent Van Stossel, Head of Portfolio Guarantees at the EIF.
Good evening. Thanks, Renata. You put me in trouble because he has said a lot of things I wanted to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Mathieu. I've been at the EF Investment Fund for over the last 15 years. Before, I did investment banking background, and I'm heading the portfolio guarantee business of the EF for the last 3 years. So, with the sector of today, it's a milestone. It's a milestone for the cultural and creative industry in Europe. Earlier today you mentioned that it's a strategic industry. I just wanted to remind you that this is about 5% of the added value produced in Europe. The sector employs 8 million people, and 12% of the business in Europe are active in this sector. So it's a very important and strategic business for Europe. The European cultural diversity makes this industry unique, but we have challenges. You mentioned that this industry is perceived as risky. It's mainly due to this intangible nature. So companies active in this sector struggle to get financing to expand, to grow, and to export. The industry heavily relies on public support. I mean, if you take an example, the audiovisual sector, depending in which member state you are, 20 to 60% of the financing relies on public support via grant, via tax rebate. So this is a bit too much. We need to make sure that we reduce those limitations. Those limitations, I mean, causes the production company to be of smaller size and limit the ability to export. And this is something we wanted to tackle. So initially you mentioned that we have launched the facility in 2016. The guarantee facility, the culture and creative guarantee facility was a success. We wanted to continue. So you mentioned some figures. We expect to leverage up to 3.5 billion. As of today, we are at 1.5 of commitment, so it's about 2.5 in terms of commitment. We have more than 6,000 enterprises which have been supported, which is about 9,000 transactions with pilots active in the sector. Together with the Commission, we have decided to continue under InvestEU. I will not detail the Media Invest because you mentioned a lot about the Media Invest. We have also improved the guarantee side. We have increased the size of the ticket from 2 to 7.5 million because of the feedback we have received from the market. It's quite important. I mean, we are there as the EU institution to take risk. It's important for us to try to build the ecosystem. And this is the role of the EIB Group. EF is a subsidiary of the EIB Group. We are there to promote risk financing, generally. It can be in venture capital, it can be on the debt side. So we are there to try to develop for each enterprise at each development stage a product that allows the company to grow. And this is what we are doing here in a sector which is strategic for Europe. But I think I'm already too long, so let me first focus on the people which have done the work today. I mean, the teams which have made, which have worked on those transactions, and let me congratulate them for their achievement. We are going to sign 2 transactions. One guarantee operation with CERSA. CERSA is a long-term partner of the EF and a strategic promotional counter-guarantee operator in Spain. We have another operation with Archer, which is an alternative and innovative lender that has been established to finance audiovisual projects. So those are the 2 transactions we are going to sign today. We have also received the approval from a board of directors to finalize 2 transactions. One guarantee operation with Crea, which is an audiovisual guarantee institution specialized in Spain, but also we are going to terminate and to finalize the first operation with content Digital Content Venture, which has been, it is the first fund which has been established to finance audiovisual projects in recent countries. So now, space for you, and I thank you for your attention.
Right after the speech, each signatory cites 5 times in the 5 folders. Thank you. And now, please welcome Mrs. Ana Vizcaíno, Chief Executive Officer of CERSA. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much to the Commission and to the EIF for organizing this event. We are very happy to be here, both Crea and the CERSA team together, because we are very proud to have been one of the first institutions in Europe to participate in the cultural and creative sector guarantee facility launched back in year 16. And since then, we have, I think we have supported more than 3,000 enterprises for total loans valued more than 500 million euros. So this is a lot. We are here talking about films, audiovisual. There is more than audiovisual in this line. So we have also supported companies from the publishing, theater, music, design and architectural sectors. In fact, those are the majority in terms of number of companies. But in terms of volume of financing, the bulk goes to the audiovisual sector because projects there require more funding. It's true that all these sectors are linked by the fact that they are developing intangible assets. That's why it's so difficult for them to, in some cases, to access financing. And that's why we decided when this facility was launched many years ago, that even for us, that we are not specialists in culture, we are a broad institution supporting SMEs in access financing, that to participate in this facility would make sense. So back in year 16, probably these cultural sectors represented only 5% of our activity. Today, they represent 10%. That is much more than the weight they have in the overall economy. Okay. The situation is that we have signed again, that is what we are announcing today, a new CCS agreement under the umbrella of InvestEU, and after only 8 months of execution, we have already done more than 500 transactions for a volume of financing of more than 150 million. So that's why we have decided, together with Crea, to go to a next step. So this is a fast-growing sector in Spain. Audiovisual projects are each time bigger, so we need something else. And this something else is something that has recently been approved, that is going to be a direct agreement between Crea and EIF, in which CERSA will act merely as coordination entity, because we need to be able to support bigger transactions. So transactions exceeding 3 million euros, that in the past were not the focus of our activity as CERSA, will be now something that Crea will be in a position to do. So I leave the floor to Crea, okay? For them to sign. I will do that. Thank you very much.
And now with us, indeed, Rafael Lambea, General Manager of Crea. And the fifth signature.
Good afternoon. Sorry, but I'm going to speak in Spanish. Sorry. Desde Crea estamos especialmente felices por el acuerdo que hemos firmado con el Fondo Europeo de Inversiones, que servirá para potenciar el crecimiento del sector audiovisual español.
Good evening, everybody. At Crea, we are very, very, very happy to be able to sign this agreement with the European Investment Fund, which will boost the growth of the Spanish audiovisual sector.
Muchísimas gracias a la voluntad institucional europea, a la Comisión Europea, al Fondo Europeo de Inversiones, al Ministerio de Economía, al Gobierno de España, a CERSA, porque este acuerdo supondrá un apoyo vital para realizar producciones más ambiciosas, tanto a nivel nacional como en coproducción con los diversos países de la Unión Europea.
Thanks to the will from the European Commission, institutions, namely European Commission, European Investment Fund, government Spain, CERSA, this agreement will provide vital support for more ambitious productions, both at national level and in co-production with other member states.
Crea es una entidad financiera constituida desde el año 2005 por EGEDA y el Ministerio de Cultura para apoyar a la industria audiovisual española. Durante estos 18 años hemos conseguido firmar más de 1.200 millones de euros en avales y nos hemos convertido en la herramienta financiera del sector cultural español.
Crea Sgr is a financial institution set up in 2005 by EGEDA and the Spanish Ministry of Culture to support the Spanish audiovisual industry. Over these 18 years, loans have been awarded for more, or granted for more, secured for more than 1.2 million euros, making us the most important financial tool at national level for this country's audiovisual and cultural industry.
Desde nuestro nacimiento hemos tenido muy claro que las industrias culturales deben jugar un papel decisivo para el crecimiento económico de un país. Entender la cultura como un motor industrial de desarrollo y creación de puestos de trabajo de calidad se ha convertido en un valor característico e irrenunciable de la economía europea.
We were convinced from the very start that cultural industries must play a decisive role in the economic growth of a country. Understanding culture as an industrial driver for the development and creation of quality jobs has become a characteristic and essential value of the European economy.
La cultura europea es industria, pero también es el mejor mecanismo del que disponemos para difundir los valores éticos y sociales que nos hacen ser un referente para el resto del mundo.
The European culture is not only industry, but also the best mechanism at our disposal to promote the ethical and social values that make us a benchmark for the rest of the world.
Estamos seguros de que con la firma de este acuerdo será el primer paso para colocar al sector audiovisual europeo en las condiciones necesarias para poder competir en igualdad de condiciones y poder ofrecer los mejores contenidos audiovisuales para este mercado.
We are convinced that signing this agreement is the first step towards placing the European audiovisual sector on competitive conditions on a level playing field and to be able to offer the best audiovisual content for our market.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Okay, and now please let me introduce Mr. David Grumbach, President of the Archers.
So the Archer, this is Marc Dujardin, Philippe Renard and myself. It's a partnership. We're sharing the same global vision. So we are producer, distributor, sales agent, public financing expert. And we have the same vision to create IP and to exploit it the best way. And we aim ultimately to connect private investment into audiovisual, the European audiovisual industry. So we'll invest in European TV series and European films by financing upfront their international value. We'll also monitor them, advise them, so the European producer and the European sales company, in order to maximize the the IP and also to increase, to reach their potential for the film circulation of the TV series all over the world. The support of Media Invest and the EIF mechanism is a game changer. We are definitely able to convince private investors to invest into this risky business. And nowadays, it is obvious after with this digital revolution, after being accelerated with the pandemic crisis, that we have to find a sustainable way to collaborate between public financing and private investment to secure European diversity in terms of culture, which is also key, like that's just been said by our Spanish friend. Merci.
Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Frédéric Fior, President of Logical Content Ventures.
Thanks everyone for this opportunity. A shifting landscape means risks and opportunities. So as it was mentioned before, cultural industries and creative industries are the strategic industries for Europe. Of course, in terms of people, in terms of investment, but also in terms of soft power. So, and we have the need in Europe for more and more capital into companies, and EU support has fostered many companies, amongst them Logical Pictures, as well as local support, but also support into the content itself. Why is it important? And I think that Commissioner Breton and CNC President Boutonna has said that over and over again. We need to support the films and TV series and documentaries, everything, content itself, because it allows producers to retain rights, which is strategic for their future development. It will also allow riskier, bolder, and more commercial projects to be alive and to strike the market. And to also strike the market on a very international side, on a very international impact. So this supporting content is also very complementary to every local and international and European vehicle that exists already. So Logical Content Venture is an innovative vehicle that invests the riskiest, I think, share of the budget into the budget and into P&A, publishing rights for films and TV series, and it's also French regulated, which is also a groundbreaking thing. So we are very proud, and I would like to thank all the team working on that. We're very proud of being the first to complete this process with EIF on the Media Invest new scheme. And I think that thanks to this support, which is groundbreaking for us, we will be able to allow, for example, in very terms, to go from 20 films in our first fund to more than 100 in the next fund, to go from 500,000 tickets to more than 3 million tickets, being able to support broadly, in more broadly terms, the producers, and I hope for to bring more attention and to bring more private investors coming to finance our industry, which really needs private investment to consolidate the financing of content and companies. It's the first signature, I think. I hope there will be many more for Media Invest and for the schemes, which is very well needed in this landscape. Thank you very much.
Now is the moment for the family picture of the 5 signatories plus Mrs. Renate Nicolai.